What's going on, guys? SasDood here. You can just call me Sas. I hope everyone is having a very cool day. Very rainy out today. It was very rainy out yesterday. Big tornado coming through or whatever. But anyways, today we have another photography type of video where I talk about the photos I've taken from the Great Plains Zoo here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Went out with my Nikon D100 on Mother's Day with my mother. We went to the zoo together and we looked at the animals. I took pictures. I took 125 pictures in total. So I'm gonna talk about the pictures I liked, the pictures I didn't really like. Excuse me, some of my favorites and how my photography is improving. Excuse me. So let me drag it over here. So I have the camera facing here, but I've got to look at the photos on my other monitor. So we've got the flowers here. Let me actually put the microphone over here. I'm still learning how to do photography and such, but I'm starting to get a hang of kind of knowing when to adjust the aperture and the shutter speed on the fly. So we've got the bear here, brown bears. I forgot what these are called. Something dogs, something wolves. It was kind of a cloudy day. It brightened up considerably. I don't know, about 20 minutes in when we first arrived, me and my mother. I think this is the bison. Yeah, the bison here. But yeah, I'm learning how to adjust. This is another bison. They're just chilling in the shade here. I'm learning how to adjust the aperture and the shutter speed to kind of in combo with the light meter to, and I'm trying to like on the fly change it so I don't have to worry about it every single time. But it's been a while since I took my last photos. It's been about a month or so since I went out to Veterans Park and took some photos, which I did not make a video on, but I did post them on my Facebook page. So if you want to see my photography photos and such like that and everything else on my Facebook page, as well as my Patreon. We had the black bears here. I like this photo. It's a very good photo here. This is an okay photo. The geese. I wish I had a longer zoom because I'm using my Nikon D100 with the 55 to 85 millimeter zoom, but I'm looking into getting like a 55 to 300 millimeter zoom. What do you call it? Like telephoto lens. So I always, so later on in the day, I took a landscape picture and then I took like a portrait picture of everything. And coming up here is one of my more favorite pictures. He was just chilling in the sun, I guess, sunbathing. So I was experimenting with composition and things like that. And that one's a little underexposed because I was messing with the settings there. But this was like one of my more favorite pictures, is taking it through the tree. So I really like this photo here. Taking it through the tree. I put the shutter speed way up, or aperture way up, so I can get that depth of field where it focuses on the subject far away and blurs the objects in the background. So I took a bunch of photos. I tried doing the same here. It didn't quite turn out as well. I don't want to get too close to the cages and such. I really like this photo, just sleeping. Lion just sleeping, both of them. That was really funny. Yep, there's a better picture there. Pretty funny. These photos are probably my best photos besides that rhino one. That's a good photo there. Really like that one. It's a little blurry, I think. That's okay. He was moving, so you got a little bit of blur on him. There you go. That's a good one. That's a good photo. He just staring at me like, what you doing? What you doing? But those are the only photos I had. Oh, I guess this one was the one I was thinking of. This is when it started to get really sunny out. Go with these. We're in the Africa section of the Great Plains Zoo. Giraffe. These were good photos. Very high quality photos. Like, yeah, it gets blurry when you zoom in and such like that, but I really liked the giraffe was really cool to look at. Yeah, got it with his mouth open. I took a bunch of pictures of it. This one, same principle here with the rhino. I was trying to do it to where I had the aperture high up, I think it was, so I could get the, this blurred out and have the subject in focus. Same thing here. Random people I took a picture of. I was interested in this like rock formation here. More geese. Good photo there. You got the zebras. This is when I wish I really needed like I needed a bigger zoom. I'd like to take a picture of these geese, but I don't want to get too close to them. Get the penguins here. I like this photo here. Random person. The monkeys. Oh, they got like white tails or something like that. I took like 20 pictures trying to capture this monkey. These monkeys, they were just flying everywhere. They were running around and crawling and climbing, so I couldn't get a picture. But the lemurs here. Who remembers, was it Zabumafu? Zabumafu? At the lemurs. Sheep. Camels. Showing his butt. Took a bunch of these of the camels. What are these dogs called? Singing hyenas? Singing dogs, I think. Picture of both of them chilling. This one it got cloudy again. Got an emu here from Australia. Unknowingly captured the worker. Kangaroos. Red kangaroos. They're sleeping. The monkeys. The monkeys were my favorite because one of the monkeys. So these are the two chilling over here, and then you got this monkey. He was like scratching his balls or whatever. He was scratching his nuts. It was kind of funny. He just sat there on the rock, and he kept staring at me and my mom, and he was just scratching down there. I think it's kind of funny. I forgot what this is called. Macaw? Is that a macaw? I don't know what that is. I forgot what the name is. Cool. Very cool macaw. Yeah, I tried to take a closer picture, but you can't really. My zoom is not that great. We're coming up to the end of the pictures here. We got I forget what it's called. Iguana, something like that. I think this is the last picture here. Yeah, got a snake. Got Metal Gear Solid in the building. Got a solid snake here. And that's pretty much it. Nothing really much to say, to be honest. Now that we looked at the photos, my favorite photos were the rhino, taking the picture of the rhino through the tree there, messing with the aperture settings to get that depth of field. I was using the Sunny 16 rule, so I had it at f16, 150 ISO, 200 ISO, and I was using the light meter as well. Light meter really helps me. Without the light meter, I would be completely lost. So I'm really glad that there's a light meter on the Nikon D100. The rhino through the tree, the giraffe. I really like the giraffe picture. The monkey picture isn't really a good photo in terms of like, oh, it's a masterpiece, but I think it's funny because the monkey was scratching his balls. So that was a funny photo. I like the penguins. The zebras were good pictures. Some of the landscape pictures I took were great. The rhino pictures overall were very good. The giraffe pictures overall were very good. That's about it, really. Let me look through them again. Let's see here. I like the photo of the black bear. Oh, I'm not even. My bad. The black bear. Yeah, this photo was nice. I like that one. These landscape photos are nice. The rhino photos are cool. Getting it through the tree. It's a little underexposed on this one. I could touch it up in post, but I don't want to. This photo is really good. I really like this photo. I like the lions. The lions. All the, was it lemurs? I don't know what these are called. Meerkats. These are good pictures. Giraffe pictures are good. All the geese pictures were like not that great. I like the zebra pictures. I'll probably not take any more photos until I get access to like a bigger zoom, because I'm kind of stuck doing like zoo photography, animal photography, nature photography. I'd like to take pictures of people in various different poses and different lenses and stuff like that, but it's not like I have a model, and I don't know. I kind of already do that with drawing and 3D modeling, where I get to mess with the camera settings and focal lengths and such like that. So it's kind of nice to take pictures of landscapes and things like that. And I can always like practice my drawing using the landscapes or with these animals and such. So that's a possibility in the future. I like the camels. The emus were nice. I don't know, photos overall were like okay. I didn't really get any good portrait photos, but this one I like, the monkey. Iguana was cool and the snake was cool. But yeah, I'm kind of learning the difference between how all three playing exposure with aperture and what do you call it, shutter speed. I'm kind of learning how to balance those. I'm paying attention more to the light meter. I'm looking up stuff like the Sunny 16 rule, which I used when I was out to Veterans Park. But I switched between the auto mode and manual, but this was in manual all the way at the zoo. I could do with like a battery grip or something like that, perhaps. And I'm learning, that sometimes you gotta get down and dirty, sometimes you gotta crouch, sometimes you gotta stand, sometimes you gotta, raise your camera way up to get a picture that you really want, and you kind of just gotta trust your gut on the framing and stuff like that when you're going into like uncomfortable poses and things like that when taking pictures. Learning kind of when to snap the photo, when not to. But overall, I'm just taking a lot of pictures and I'm learning a little by little. And although I may not have, aperture and exposure and all that other stuff and shutter speed, I still don't really understand it all, considering this is my only like third time out taking pictures. I'm kind of learning it. I'm learning it pretty fast. I do not want to be like a super hardcore professional photographer. But it is nice as like a once in a while hobby to differentiate myself from drawing and doing YouTube and such. It's like just another way to, express myself and show the world what I see through the camera as well as through my drawings, things like that. And I can always use my photos or practice when drawing if I really want to, landscapes and animals and people and such. But yeah, I probably won't be taking any more photos till I get a bigger zoom lens, like 55 to 300 millimeter. I have a bunch of them saved on eBay and at mpb.com for like 150 bucks. But I'm not trying to spend too much money. I'm trying to stack up my bread, trying to stack up my cash, my paychecks. And just keep working part-time and keep working on the YouTube channel on photography once in a while and drawing every week. And that's pretty much the plan for photography. But if you want to see more of my photography stuff, you can follow my Facebook page under the same name, SasDood. I have it on my Patreon. I can't post it on my community post because YouTube only allows you to put up to 10 pictures at a time, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. You can they have channels with 1 million videos and 0 subscribers, but I can't put more than, put more than 10 photos on a community post. So that's why I'm making this video, since I know people don't really check out my Patreon and they don't check out my Facebook. Facebook is kind of a dead end for me, but I'm still just going to keep going through it. And that's why I'm making this video, so I can show off some of my pictures. I don't really want to show off the stuff in Veterans Park. That's on my Facebook and Patreon, but I don't really care about Veterans Park. I'll take the photos there. It wasn't too interesting. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you wish to support me and my videos and artwork, all my payment and tipping links, as well as social media links, will be in my profile. More videos, more artwork, more photos will come regardless. Goodbye for now, guys.